take over the world slowly,
It sounded like it.
and then you got to speed it up afterwards. You long
I'm so
stroking
glad I
the
wrote.
planet. Oh, hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Goons and Goblins. As we're gonna jump back into our game that we that's gonna be fun. I'll just say that. The beautiful thing about today is we have the whole crew back. Everybody
Yeah,
is
yeah.
here, ready to go. It is an absolute pleasure to have everybody back. The little side stuff is great, but we're about to do some story stuff today. Which is gonna be sick depending. Uh at the end of our last session was pretty interesting. The revealing that at the very least one functioning warforged is ready to go, and he's not. He's pissed. He's just pissed. He hits like a brick, as they should. The return of Stalmust in a form that we never got to see him because he was invisible. Um, and the most compromising part of that was Cornelius deciding to jump through the teleportation portal, where he on the other side met up with a very old friend, uh, w- walking into the sight of a half elven teenager tied up on the floor, a big strong paladin bleeding dead next to him, and a very familiar cloaked figure that we haven't seen in quite a while. The last appearance was in a one shot. And Leviticus teleporting into the middle of a pretty much inescapable situation, uh, was, instead of outright killing him, decided to use him. So today we're gonna explore what exactly happened to Leviticus after he went through that. Um, but first, we're gonna rewind the clock all the way back to early in the morning. First thing in the morning, as the first person to get up out of our squad really was Deez.
Well then.
At the beginning of the day, as the narrative has gone, you were the first one up and out, and you said you had to take care of some stuff. You left a note and just dipped. You're like, I gotta go. And then the way the timeline goes is later on, Alsus woke up a little earlier than everybody else, but later, and basically said the same thing and decided to go somewhere. So Alsus decided to go to the Mud Top Ward. Now, you also decided to go to the Mud Top Ward earlier for a very different reason. You know, early in the morning, first thing in the morning, the prince is usually present in the Mud Top Ward. You know that he goes there to heal the sick folk and take care of the people who uh can't take I see the face, Monte. We take care of those people. So you, knowing for sure that it would be easier to get into the Mud Top Ward by yourself than in a group, and you being dexterous and being able to navigate your way through your hometown, this would be no problem for you to get to a place where you would think, well, actually not even think, where you were told that he would show up at. And this would be like a kind of like a shelter, half shelter food bank type of place, where people that are just like downtrodden would come over to just get whatever resources they can to survive the day as it is in the Mud Top Ward for some. Uh yeah, so we're actually going to just go through we're actually gonna like speed through a lot of that. Like there's really no checks.
Okay.
This is your hometown. Like you know how to do this. You're gonna get through it, no freaking problem. Like you can find, and you find this food bank, and it is uncharacteristically uh full. There's a lot of people, lines outside, inside. You could tell there's more like a cafeteria inside as well. People come here, get some food and stuff, some cooked food from volunteers around the city, and maybe foreigners who are traveling. Anybody who's doing like altruistic work might come in and help with some charity. Um, so it's not unusual, but last time you were home, there was no word of the prince doing this. So you could tell there is an uptick in the amount of people coming in because he has resources he can really provide. Um, and as you approach this food bank and you kind of go in, you do see this very like tall and lanky half elven teenager in like really ornate kind of clothing. Like it's so expensive, it's obnoxious kind of way. It looks nice, but you could see him in there. He's getting his hands dirty. Like he's kind of helping around. He's picking up dishes and stuff. He's really going around. This guy is like he's a really tall guy, he's like 6'5", right? But he has like a kid body. So he's like a freaking twig. So even though he's tall, it's like you could tell he's brittle as hell.
Oh, he in that lanky phase.
Yeah, yeah. Who is not brittle, who does not have a kid body, is the person who is hovering over him. This very wide, big human man, um, with like big armor. You could tell from just from looking at him, you know who these people are. They are kind of like the how do I say it? They're enforcers. They're part of law enforcement, but you can see he has religious iconography on him. He has a battle axe with a scale on it that goes both ways, and you could tell that means he is at the very least part of the Church of Arathis, who is the lawmaker, who is the goddess of civilization, um, law and order, and
I
things like
guess
that. So,
actually I was writing Law and Order.
yeah, yeah, law and order, and so you could tell that this person works directly for the crown. And from those clues, you can understand this is easily his, at the very least, his retainer. This person, he is whoever this person is responsible for the prince's well-being under any cost. And you could see that like there are people who are sick that are coming into like the opposite side of this building. So like one half will be like the cafeteria, and they also have like a cafeteria style table on the other side, but it's just dedicated to this guy. He's like using lay on hands to cure people of diseases. Um, so just minor. So anybody has like a cold or stuff, he just gets you good and going, and you ready to go, and you're out of there. So there's a lot of people coming in, getting good from their sicknesses, and then going to the other side and getting a meal. Very good for the people here. And it's weird because there's a big energy in here. Like everybody's like happy, like talking. There's a sense of community. Um, yeah. What do you want to do once you get in? As you see the prince is like bussing tables, like doing something that's not royal at all, while his retainer is over there just expending all of his magical ability, like just healing people.
Oh, let's see. Mm, I so far am good. I don't need any healing. I am a kind of package. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the line to go get some food. See if I can talk to some people in the line to get. I wanna suss out how often the prince does this and when did he start doing this.
Awesome. Um, so you get on the line, and you could tell like they're like cooks. There's like a line cooks out there with stuff like set up more like a cafeteria style. People just picking up plate and going down the line. But the food looks good. It doesn't look like they're feeding them crap or anything. You could tell that to do this, probably some of the ingredients were set straight down from wherever the prince came. Like he's giving them better produce and stuff like that for them to be able to use. And like you see like this regular like human man, just kind of older, maybe like I'll say like early 50s, kind of like thick, like gray, like salt and pepper kind of hair. And he's a little hunched over, he's a little dude hunched over. He's just getting his food nice and quiet. He's like, oh yes, food. And they get like potatoes and stuff like that, just like things you would need to just have like a hearty meal. So if you want to speak to him, you can absolutely do that, as he is the nearest to you on your line.
Yeah, I wanna tap him on the shoulder like, "Hey, buddy." Uh, I
Oh,
wanna say, I'm like, "Long line, huh?"
a very long line. I've been here for a while.
How long you been here?"
Well, I've been here for about I've been waiting about a half hour for food. You know, it's now calmer than it was at the start. There are people waiting outside the door in the morning.
Oh, the morning. I thought it was morning now. I thought it was pretty early.
You could tell like it's like 7 a.m.
Okay,
Like
that's not early.
what he's saying, he's just like it's like 4:30. We were out here like
No.
first thing in the morning.
So this is a relatively new type of thing. I'm kind of from the area. Have been here for a while. Kind of noticing the
How
prince is here.
how long would you say you've been gone?
Okay, is 5 years enough time to do what I was doing?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. 5 years, love it. Love a good motif. Oh yes, the prince came. He started coming 3 years ago
Mm,
to do this, time in and
mm,
time out. There's really no set schedule to it, but he shows up and he usually announces it the day before. Who is calling me? All right. But yeah, he's like, yeah, we've been doing this for a while. He's been taking care of the people here.
Oh, okay. You. It's kind of weird that the crown only now just started to pay attention to the mud top boards. Any reason why?
Oh, he looks at you. He's like, the crown. No, this is independent. This is not the crown's doing. This is Prince Silver's doing himself.
Oh, just himself.
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to know, he will gladly tell you the story. He tells it every time he's here.
Uh, you know what? I'm gonna take him up on that offer. How far am I in the line?
At this point, I'd say like if you take into consideration like small talk and all that, you're kind of getting to where you need to do. They're flying people through at
Okay.
this point. Like you could tell this is they've caught their second wind of the morning,
Okay.
and
Okay.
they're kind of smooth. So I would say like in no time you would actually be out of the line with your food, and like you could think of any type of cafeteria style food that you could have that'd be like sort of elevated, and that
Yeah.
would be on your plate.
Okay. Okay. Do I have time before I get there? I want to like, hey, buddy, we've been in this line together for a bit. What's your name?
Oh, oh, what is my name? I don't have a name because I was made on the spot.
Oh, then I'm not. I was about to say, what's your story? How'd you end up in the mud top boards?
My name is Louis. Oh, Louis, he looked like a Louis in my head, so he Louis. Louis
Send me
Louis I feel like he's like a older Hispanic man. So like I feel like his name is Louis Ramos.
okay, okay. Louis Ramos. How long you been in the mud top ward? Your entire life, or I haven't seen you around.
I've been here my entire life.
Damn.
I haven't seen you around either. Are
Well, I
you
haven't
from
been
here?
here for 5 years. Yeah, I haven't been here for 5 years.
Oh, maybe you changed. You don't look the same. Maybe I saw you before.
You know what? I think I did see you. You be hanging around the bars?
Yes. Did you be
Oh,
hanging
okay.
around with us?
Yeah, I frequent with the was the better sin. Well,
Oh,
sorry, the Dennis sin often. Swear I
oh.
saw you a couple of times.
And
I,
he leans into you. Not if anybody else asks. He just breaks out into the old man laugh.
yeah, you good people. You good people. I'm gonna keep my eye out for you. You good people.
He goes, sits down. He's just ready to chow down. He eats very slowly. He's chilling. He's not in a hurry. You could tell he's a regular here. He knows the deal. He knows what he's gonna get. He's just hanging out.
Okay, okay. So can I get my like is the Prince Silva is serving the food or he's like cooking
He's
the
doing
food?
both.
Like
He's
he's
like
doing
he's
everything.
not cooking. He's kind of like the front. If it was like a restaurant, he'd be the front of house kind of guy. Like
Okay.
he's talking to people. He's making sure they're comfortable. He's everywhere. He has the power of youth on his side. He's really flying around.
All right.
It's as
So
if
I
he
wanna
is quite dexterous.
okay. So I wanna get my food and I'm assuming it's like a cafeteria type trade thing where you
Yeah,
go, I'm like, ooh, I want them like sauteed potatoes right
that's
there.
exactly what it is. Yeah,
Take that omelet right there real quick.
that's it. It's all on the
Take some
plate.
rations, and I want to go sit next to Louis. But I'm looking out so that when Silva is chilling, when Silva's chilling, I want to like get his attention because I want to ask him. I want to ask him a couple questions.
Yeah, you can absolutely. I think by the time it takes for him to be less busy, you would have already been done with your food. Like you would get through your entire plate at that
Okay.
point, and maybe your time to talk to him would be when he comes over to like pick up your plate.
Okay.
At that point, but this is a while. This is not like an immediate thing. You are having a meal, and he is kind of just like rolling around. He's also like greeting everybody at the front door, like "How's it going? Welcome back." He's recognizing faces.
Okay. Okay. While that's happening, is there a chance that no, they're on the other side, the Law and Order dudes.
It's just one guy,
Oh, just one guy. I ain't gonna bother him. He dealing with
just
people
one
sick. I'm gonna
one guy.
bother him after. I'm gonna bother him after. All right. I'm just gonna chill and wait for my chance to talk to the prince.
Yeah, eventually, as like things naturally flow, you see people come in and out. You can tell some people are kind of doing this in a hurry. Maybe they have like work or just like obligations for the day, but they decided to stop by beforehand. So there aren't a lot of people like lingering after they eat. They're kind of just like in and out, of course, paying their respects, like thank you so much, and then they dip. And yeah, eventually it does start to calm down in here a little bit. And you would have your opportunity to speak to him.
Okay. So I'm assuming that he's coming like towards my table to get my plate and
Absolutely. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. He's coming towards the table, like smile on his face, ready to go. You can tell he's like working hard. He's sweating. Like he's kind of like this is an honest day's work, which for you to see from a royal is probably the most jarring thing you've seen in a long time. And that says something considering the adventures you've been on.
Yeah, I fought a spirit frog, and this is still weird.
Yeah, exactly. So he comes, he's just like, "Ugh." Or he just comes to pick up your plate. What do you do?
Like I offer him a drink of water.
Oh, thank you so much. And he has like longer hair. He's like an anime character. He has like long silver hair. He like knocks it back, and he's like big dude.
See, yeah, see, you're working hard here.
I mean, somebody has to do it, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm from this area. I've been gone for a while. Didn't see it before. Didn't see any of the worlds down here except for one person. But I'm just gonna come out and say it. You probably met ruder people out here. You know how the mud top wars is. Why are you doing this?
Um, well, I just want to help. To put it plainly, I don't. Are you giving him that like interrogative kind of stare?
Yeah, I'm like,
Is like I understand your skepticism. It's okay, but I'm just here to help. The war is draining a lot of the resources that we could possibly put into the ward here, so I don't mind taking my personal retainer as he points over to the large gentleman to use his divine powers in order to help the people who can't help themselves.
that's nice enough, but why now? Why only a couple of we mud top wars been here for like centuries. Your family's been up there for, I'm assuming, centuries. You've been alive for, I don't know how old elves. I don't know, like elf
Actually,
age, teenager.
because you read the book earlier in the campaign, you know that this guy
Oh
is
yeah.
18 years old.
Oh.
He's a young guy.
Okay. Okay.
He's like fresh out of high school and going to do charity work, like kind of like that's the vibe, which is weird.
Yeah.
Such a
So
marvelous
yeah,
young man.
yeah. It's kind of interesting how you chose this path when most people in your position would choose to travel the world or continue their studies. Focus on that.
Well, I still do continue my studies. That's what I do for the majority of the day. But while it's not really not much else to do for me, so I have a lot of free time on my hands.
I just want I just want to know why here, why now, and why you. Your family has not been helping us for like quite some time. What makes you so special that you want to come down here?
Oh, I don't think I'm special at all. I think anybody with any of the time and resources would do what I'm doing. It's just a lot of the people that are in charge of this great nation don't really have the opportunity to do that.
What do you mean they don't have the opportunity? You have all the resources of this nation.
Yes, but our resources are not infinite. We're fighting a war.
Or that y'all chose to do. But
That's actually not true. We didn't choose to do it. My father has actually confronted the other side many times in an attempt for a ceasefire, and they've declined each time.
I'm still looking at him skeptical. Like I don't want to interrogate this child anymore, but I'm at the same time I'm like, bruh, I'm all right. You know what? I'm not going to interrogate you too much because you know what? I did have an encounter with someone of the royal family before. He came down here, helped me out. Maybe you know of them. He came down here, like,
What did he look like? You could describe him however you want.
oh shit, I didn't think that far. I'm gonna say, okay, you know what he looks like to me. You know Rengoku from
I've
Demon Slayer. He's
never
like,
watched Demon Slayer.
oh my god, all right, cool. This what he's gonna look like. So he's like
Yeah.
medium height. He has like yellow hair with red tips and everything. Giant
Oh, okay.
smile,
Yeah,
thick
yeah.
eyebrows. Has like a plain looking clothes, but you could tell he has a giant personality.
I think I gotta roll some stuff. I don't have my dice. I don't know what to do with my dice. Life is a lie. All right.
I'm
Luckily,
asking this because you
luckily,
kind of remind me of what you're
All
doing.
I have
all
my
those
back.
dice
I have my
sets.
backup
You don't,
dice.
I was gonna say all those dice sets. You don't have them on.
Yeah, I had to find a different sack of dice.
Yeah.
I had to find the alternative sack of dice. Let's see. I can use this. Awesome.
I got all of mine.
He says, oh yes, yeah, I know who that is. He was one of the chefs for the crown. He used to live directly inside the castle.
He was a chef for the crown.
Yeah.
Is he still there?
Oh no, he left.
Why'd he leave?
Mm. Said he wanted to travel. You said that you're very shocked that I don't travel. So would you be shocked to hear that somebody else from the castle is traveling?
Well, you said he was a chef. I assumed he was part of the nobility, or he was just.
Oh well, yes. I mean, the two aren't mutually exclusive.
Oh, no.
I feel you have a lot of questions about the the great Dwendalian Empire, and he's like sits down and he's like, what else can I answer?"
Oh God, I was not prepped for this. I'm really focused on the chef. What was his name?
Give me 1 second to pull it in. I feel like because you described him as an anime character, I have to give him like a Japanese name. I don't know what Japanese name to give him. You got Japanese names for me? We could I'll let you take the wheels on this. But you're gonna learn his name right here.
Oh damn! I don't know why the first name that pops in my head is Yamada.
Ah yes. Your mo- why are you like this? Like,
Like everyone else got names like Selba, also
yeah.
playing. Then here's Yamada.
Yamada
Yujiro.
Takahashi.
Damn it.
Yamada Takahashi.
Love to see it. Let's
Renowned
go.
sushi chef.
My boy Taka.
Renowned sushi chef of the crown. He went traveling.
You have any clue where he was heading? Because to be honest,
My guess is to find better fish, being that we're a landlocked empire for the most part.
this dude Sanji now.
Hey, you base your whole backstory around this thought. So this is gonna be every anime chef you ever thought of in your life, okay? That's what we're doing.
It's gonna be a Food Wars episode.
Yeah, there's gonna be one. That's definitely down the pipeline.
Food Wars. We're gonna search all blue to be great.
Exactly.
Huh. What else can you tell me about him?
Well,
Did you interact with him on a regular? Because I feel like this idea of coming down, helping people, that was really his thing, and he wasn't really flaunting it. You're not flaunting it either, but I'm just saying.
well, why are you so interested in him?
Well, back when I was a youngin'. Well, back when I was a youngin', he helped me out a lot. He would come down here visit. He actually taught me the importance of food, how food is like life giving and important to having a great meal and everything. And he taught me all I know about cooking. And we interacted for like a while, but I legit forgot to ask his name. And then one day he was just gone. I didn't know what happened to him. He just disappeared.
Chef Takahashi was a great man. I didn't interact with him much, considering most of his tenure was while I was growing up. So there wasn't
Oh yeah,
really time to talk to him.
I
Uh,
forgot you are a fetus.
I'm rather young, yes, rather young. Uh, so I can't really tell you anything more directly about like his personality or anything. It seems that you know him better than I do.
It does. That's right. Hmm.
I will remind you that the castle is fucking huge, and the amount of people that can possibly like be working in there and living in there is astronomical. So there is believability in the fact that there are probably two people living in that castle that have never spoken to each other.
This is the actual castle. Okay,
It's
okay.
yeah, you've been to the castle before when you guys spoke to the king. Castle's fucking huge and is at the heart of the city. He's in the direct center of it.
Mm, okay. I don't know what else I want to get from him, but I want to start helping him clean up as I'm talking to him
Yeah,
because I
sure.
feel like I'm starting to slowly trust this. Excuse me. I'm starting to slowly trust that he is pure. But you know what? Can I do an insight check?
Sure, absolutely. You can do an inside check. Tell me what you're trying to figure out.
I'm trying to figure out if he genuinely wants to actually help people,
Okay.
or is he doing this because he wants to get back at his dad, or is he doing this to curry favor?
Okay.
And I forgot how to do insight. Is that what that is? That's intelligence.
I mean, because you spoke with him, give it to me with advantage.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, I have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah, you're old monk.
Ooh,
Ooh,
25.
just just in case you're not 20 on it, but it's already an
22.
astronomical number. Okay,
I didn't
so
realize how fast it was.
having spoken to this dude, um, understanding that teenagers are not the best at hiding intention. Like, they're just not. They'll give something away. They'll be overzealous about something. Your thought about whether he's trying to curry favor, or whether he's trying to get back at his dad and all that kind of stuff. There's a little bit of all of that in there. Like it doesn't seem like this is just straight up like altruism. Like he's doing it because he enjoys it. Like he actually wants to help people, but also he understands that public opinion of his father is kind of in the shit right now because of how the war is dragging on. So doing anything to help people is a net positive. So he's feeling that he's killing more like two birds with one stone, and not exactly that he's trying to get back at his dad. He speaks of his dad lovingly when he speaks to you about him. It's more that even though he loves him, he doesn't agree fully with the politics of it.
Okay. Okay.
So he does want to try a different direction. And this is like a start of it being that he's only doing it with like the little bit of resources out of the massive pool of resources that he has. Considering he can't go explicitly up to his dad and be like, "Hey, I need X amount of money for this," and he's like, "People are dying out there." Like that would basically be the response. Like people are dying out there. We need more magic items. We need to do all this stuff. We need to get more combat. Like that would usually be what would go into his face, which is a little bit of like what you heard from the king side when he spoke. It was just like, we don't have any resources for you because everything is going to make sure that they don't reach here. So you do get the point. You do get like a little bit of all that. You don't get any that he's like hiding or being deceptive, but like the I just want to help is masking like this greater need that he feels like he has to help on top of wanting to help.
Okay. Okay. That Tom's like, you know what? You can probably sense that I'm not that big a fan of the crown and royalty stuff, but you seem like I peep so far. You
I
know?
He goes, I peep. I'll take it.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep my eye on you, but oh, anyway, I'm D's. I never told my name. I learned my lesson last time. I'm D's.
And he goes, I am Prince Silver Dwindle.
Still been doing it. All right. And I'm gonna give you a nickname. I'm gonna call you Sylvie.
Yeah.
You're gonna
And
be Sylvie now.
he calls over to his friend who is wrapping up with his divination work. He's like, this right here is Gerald. He is my retainer.
Well, look at Gerald.
It's a pleasure.
Likewise, I appreciate the work you're doing here, healing the sick and everything.
I do whatever the young prince asked me to do.
You know what? That's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Yeah, so you guys are starting to clean up and everything's cool. And you can tell like this place is still like you're cleaning up, but it like isn't closed or anything. Like you still have stragglers coming in. And like the people who are volunteering like behind and doing the service are still kind of like cleaning up as they go, really like keeping standards high. but the food still keeps coming out, and people are starting to come in again. It's not like a big rush or anything, but you could tell there's like a lunch rush kind of coming in after all. Like, we're not that far in the day, but more like like an early meal that isn't first thing in the morning kind of feel. That people start coming in. So you could actually stay here. You could help out if you want. You do have these abilities to cook yourself, and if you tell the prince that you want to help because you have that talent, he's not gonna turn down any fucking help. Like,
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna like the next thing I was gonna ask was tell him like, hey, if you let me know next time that you're doing this and I'm here, I'm willing to help 100% because these are my people. This is my land, and I have to protect it and make sure my people are good.
yeah. Um. Okay. I'll say you spend a lot of your day here because this is the day of the tournament still that we're still on. So I say you like work your way through that entire tournament, like through that entire tournament time, or at least for the most part of it, until we have to reconvene back into the scene, bars. Um,
Can Mouse
and
you come out and help a little bit? I like envision him having like a little tiny broom and stuff and trying to clean, or like someone
he
needs
could
help with something, he's pointing like over there.
he could clean and everything, but I wouldn't suggest you let him near the food and let people see him because it's like there's like a whole mouse in our food, would you kind of be off putting to a lot of people. But like if he has like a little broom, people would be very confused. But like there are also like young kids coming in here from time to time, and they'd find it kind of adorable. That there's like a mouse, and there's just like combination of confusion and whimsy in the room when that happens. I would say like as uh as the day goes on, you see slowly um there are more people who kind of stick around after the meal, like they come in here to hang out a little bit. And I would say like in the early afternoon, um, that starts to happen as you're kind of like making your way through, and all of a sudden you see there are a lot of people here kind of just hanging out after their food. They're absolutely welcome to do that. No one is kicking them out. Like Prince would never try to do that. And you see like there are like an unusual amount of dragonborns that have kind of scattered their way into the uh into the establishment as they're kind of like having their meal and talking casually.
Oh no. I want to alert Gerald, but I also don't remember enough to why I want to alert him. Also, I don't want to get caught.
Yeah, so I'd say at this point there's like six dragonborns of various colors, kind of just sitting down having a meal, just talking like regular people.
And I like, can I eavesdrop on some of their conversations?
Yeah, you eavesdrop on the conversations, no problem, right? Like you eavesdrop on their conversations, and they're not. I will say like you think so. You're suspicious. I'll say give me an insight check, because on the surface, it sounds like they're having very normal conversations. Like it's like, oh, how's the day, hey, man? I haven't seen many of you guys around in a while. Like it sounds like a lot of people meeting for the first time. 19 was
Mm-hmm.
what you roll.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. You can't put your finger on exactly what is wrong here. Like you're surveying it, and you're a little bit. You're like, I know there's something off about this. Like I just know it. Like there's so many red flags coming on here, but everything in your mind is like circumstantial, and you know that if you were to make the leap and that's not it, you would ruin this whole operation here. Absolutely. But what you do know, what really is a little weird is that, and maybe it isn't weird, but you're picking it up on it. It's like people come in and they're like gravitating directly towards each other, like kind of like sitting all in the same spot. And you'd be like, if Dragonborns were really to come in and do that, that doesn't really sound so off. considering you have the knowledge that a lot of the Dragonborns that are in the Empire are refugees of some sort. This actually makes sense. Uh, but it's more that like this seems so smooth and so direct. That like that's the thing that you're not sure if this is your mind being suspicious because of what you've been through, or if you got something and you might be onto something big. That if you just 1 point higher and that whole narration would have changed.
Hmm. Because I feel like, are they all gravitating towards one, like towards near the exit or near the back or like near the prince or near Gerald?
They are near the exit. They are on the near side to the exit for sure.
Mm, mm. I actually, yeah, I wanna go up to Gerald, like as if I'm cleaning up and everything, and casually mention like, "Hey, it's a lot of dragonborns that come through here, right?
Uh, we have a good number that show up.
Is this the usual scene or?"
These particular people I've never seen before.
Hmm, interesting, because I'm from this area and I haven't seen them before. Usually not congregating like this, especially around here. But I don't know. If it was
Right.
me, then just keep sweeping.
I'm just like I'm just trying to get Galloway to make a racist comment. Here. I'm just baiting her into racist comments. Come on,
But
say you're suspicious of the minorities, Galloway.
I'm not racist, but I'm not specious, but
I'm not racist, but I'm racial.
Just a
I'm just saying.
little prejudice. It's
You know,
just a smidge of prejudice.
I have reason. Okay, okay, I have reason.
Yeah.
All the Dragon Balls I've met.
Oh my god, that is the scenario though. Like, except for Alice's, which is kind of fucked up. But yeah, he
I have a friend that's a Dragon Ball, so I can't.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
have a friend. This is just perfect. Like everything about this is just top shelf shit. Um, yeah, and you see, Gerald is never gonna take any kind of like hint that there might be danger lightly. He's just not.
Okay.
So you as soon as you say that, he gets up and he like walks over to the prince and starts whispering something in his ear. And you could tell like the prince is like confused about it because he's when he does that, he's like actively talking to the dragonborns at the table. He's just like, "Hey, how's it going?" Everybody's just like happy in good spirits, ready to go. And then he gets like the whisper. He's just like, "Oh, okay. Give me a perception check."
Shits and ladders.
Oh yeah,
I'm doing good.
you're doing fantastic. um, as soon as so you're like you're back at Gerald's table, which is like on the other side, which isn't like that far. So you're looking back at everything at this conversation going on as the prince is speaking to these dragonborns, just like being a greeter, being very like charismatic and just talking, using the noble charisma for good. and and you see these dragonborns just eating it up. And when Gerald like lumbers over, he's fucking big. Like, you hear his footsteps when he walks, like heavy fucking armor kind of guy. Um, and he starts whispering, and as soon as he whispers in his ear, and um the prince goes, "Oh, excuse me, I have to go real quick." He says to the dragonborns, and he walks away. As soon as he like walks away, uh when you look back to the dragonborns, like that smiling face that they had like drops for a second, and it's like a dead vacant stare, and then it goes back to what they were doing. And like there's like that yeah, everything's okay kind of thing. And you get the feeling you're the only one that noticed that.
It looked like no one's. Okay. Hmm. 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 Hmm.
You could say where he's like taking the prince, he's like taking him back kind of like to the back room, kind of like he wants to talk to them in private. So
Mhm.
he's taken to the back room, like where they're making food, and you could tell like that they are cleaning out as the person who was like in the back of the kitchen is like coming up front to kind of clean tables and stuff to give the mirage that nothing has changed is going on. But there's definitely some royal talk going on in the back.
Okay, okay. Is there a way for me to eavesdrop on that royal talk, or could I, if I walk in there, like, since it's the back with the food, I'm bringing like, I go in there and pick up more food or something? Can I
Yeah,
just
you
get
can
after that?
absolutely make your way back there if you want. There's no issue with that.
Yeah, I want to
So
bring
like yeah, you
back
like pick up your own plate. You pick up a plate and you like you just take it to the back and you go in and you see them talking in the back and Gerald and Gerald.
there.
Gerald is like, I believe we've done enough for today. We have to get out of here. And the prince is basically saying, we have no evidence that there's anything going on here. You're just acting ridiculous. We can't turn our back on these people. They need us.
Hey, Sylvie, you want to just pop in real quick? So when you were saying that you had to leave, your little table of friends right there, they made a they made a face, and being the traveler that I wouldn't take it lightly. It's better safe than sorry.
Give
And
me
the thing
give
is,
give me a persuasion check.
ah, fuck, I'm not charismatic. Dirty 20. Oh god. Ooh.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh god. Ooh.
Yeah, you're talking to him about it, and he's like, okay, okay. Uh if you insist, I assure you there's nothing going on here. Like they're just people that just came in and they just wanted a sense of community. They
Yeah,
wanted to sit down and talk. Like there's nothing going on. But if you insist, I will defer to the expertise of my retainer and we can wrap up for today.
that's smart. Yeah, I would say do that, because here's the thing: you can always come back. They know you're gonna come back eventually, so that's fine. You did enough for today.
Yeah, absolutely. Um yeah, did enough for today. You can tell on his face he looks like he hasn't done like he has that face like he hasn't done enough for today. But he's going to like unwillingly kind of just go sure whatever, like you guys know something, I'll defer to the people that know danger. Right.
Mm.
And you guys are finished, and I think you guys have spent some time kind of just actually cleaning up the place. This is a place that functions when the prince isn't here. It's just not as effective when he's not here. So like a lot of the workers here are just the normal workers here. So there is a sense of like normality and normal customers. It's just there's just a really big uptick when the prince is here. So there's a lot more going on. Yeah, you guys start cleaning up and perception check.
Let's Come on, man. Oh God, no! I knew this would happen. I got a 4. I was rolling too good. Drink
Okay.
is over.
For the
Okay.
story, for the story.
Okay. Yeah. You continue as uh yeah, you are fixing stuff up and everything's okay. You and Gerald and some of the employees are in there just making sure everything's fine. Everything is prim and proper. You get up from you kind of look up from your cleaning because you're done. There's like a lot of trash bags ready. You guys are ready to really close out for the day. And as you look up, you look around the room. You like, where's the prince?
Do I see Gerald?
Gerald is there too, but he's like, I think he notices at the same time you do, and there is the exact silence when we don't talk. Like that's the silence in the room as you guys both realize that if there was something going on here, there's something going on right now, and you like he runs back to the front. Um, what do you do?
I also run to the front. Wait, I'm gonna run to the front.
You guys both run to the front, and it's hard to describe in the sense that when you get back to the front, it looks like nobody was ever there. It is completely and utterly empty.
Oh, look at Joe, and I look around, and for a
And
moment, it takes me a while to like see. I don't know what's good. I feel like I'm crazy, but I know I'm not crazy.
you see Gerald, he is like he immediately like holds like his axe starts glowing, and like there's like this ability that radiates out, and he clenches his axe very, very hard and goes, "They're still close by." And he starts running out the door.
Can I follow him?
You can absolutely follow him.
I'm gonna follow because apparently he got a homing axe. So
You can absolutely follow him. And he looks at you, he's like, "I don't know what's going on, but there are fiends in the area." Um,
there's always fiends. This is the mud top ward, but
no, he looks at you, he's like, "No, literal fiends."
oh
Um,
oh
and
god.
and as you like exit the as you exit the food bank, it is a very interesting phenomenon out here. As you know for a fact, based on what Gerald is saying to you, that some people must have just ran out, like just ran out in this direction. Everybody who's out here looks like they're unbothered, like nothing is happening. Like if something was going on out here, they weren't aware to it, as if I'm gonna have him roll something because he might know something about this. It's not bad. He can like he's a weird one, right? He's a weird guy. So he's doing like all the he's scouting out the area in a way that isn't like perception. It's more of a like I'm trying to stare into the face of magic kind of thing. It's a very weird and high level kind of like look you see on his eyes,
Mhm.
and he is convinced that some kind of magic is influencing the people in the area, so they are not reacting correctly to. He's basically saying their senses are dulled. And which for anybody who was here, if you saw last session, that's what happened to Romero. No, so the same thing here that's going on. But now that you're out, make another perception check. This one with advantage, as you'll get the advantage for the help action from Gerald.
Oh damn it, 7. Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Um.
Wait, yes, 19. Here we go. I'm back, baby.
Okay. Cool. Um. You see, walking. Like you can. You're for some reason not affected by this, and you can see traces of like dragonborn footprints, like running um towards like the left, so like the back end of the mud top ward.
Does Gerald see that? I assume he does. He got magic,
Yeah,
magic.
because you passed it, I'll say that you guys both passed it. He doesn't think about it. He starts going.
Okay, I'm gonna follow after him as well. Actually, like I can see them, or
You
I
can't
just
see them. No, you see traces of them,
trace it. Okay,
like footprints, basically.
I want to. No. These would just keep going because I would not sit back and think that I'm gonna go ahead of him.
You naturally will outpace him anyway. He is a big
Okay.
dude. He's a big dude in giant armor, and you're a freaking monk. So you're gonna like zoom by him in no time. But he's running with like all the conviction that a man can run with, as he doesn't care. So you'll break the threshold of the alley first, and you'll see them as they have tied up um they've tied up the prince. They have him like over his shoulder, tied in the rope, like all cartoony. Like his hair is like hanging down, his long straight
Oh wait.
hair. He's like, yeah, he's on God. This guy is like, it's like carrying a really uneven tube, right? Like it's kind of how it looks, as it's like two people carrying the 6'5" frame of this man. It's just like, and yeah, you can see them, and given your speed, you can absolutely like catch up to them at any point. Yeah, there are 6 of them. Keep that in mind.
Mhm.
Um, but you can absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I want to catch up and use my quarterstaff to try to trip the two that are at least holding the prince. I might get my ass beat, but
Absolutely, yeah, you
I
can.
gotta slow 'em down.
Give me an if you want to trip them, give me an athletics.
Oh yeah, motherfucker.
Oh wow.
7.
Yeah.
I'm so good at athletics.
You 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 take out your you say you take out your staff and try to trip them. Like even like in motion, they like Super Mario it and just jump over it. As like it was like a natural 16 and a natural 20 for them.
Oh god,
Like,
totally not.
you just boing, just out of nowhere, and they're out. When Gerald breaks the threshold, which would happen a round later, um, you hear like a big voice. You will unhand the prince at once, and he casts, and you see the person like holding the majority of the prince, kind of just tenses up and freezes in place. And he starts running right toward them again as they're kind of like switching hands, even without like getting into initiative. Like if you want to keep chasing the people who are like have the prince, you do that. He does that in stride with you, but as he's doing it, he will pass by this like dragonborn who's like tensed up, and he will just take his axe and take his head clean off on his way over there. Like
Damn.
just no break in stride, just completely just blood on both sides of the wall of this alley. As he does not care. He has no care for any other life right now.
I look back and I'm just like, so that's what we're doing. All right.
Yeah. Let me some
I
notes
thought
for
we
this.
were gonna like question him, but then he's like, nope.
Uh, I think in his mind it's like there are more people with a question than one. We can kill 5 in question 1. It's kind of like the way that he sees it. Um so like yeah, you guys go a little further. You have another attempt to try to see if you could stop them at this point. What are you trying to do now? It could be the same thing if you want. It could be something different.
Yeah, trip him again. Same athletics. 11.
That's a natural 20 and a natural 19.
Also, okay, next time I'm just throwing my hands.
I don't. These backup dice that I never used to DM are are kind of like showing up. Maybe they're telling me I should be using these dice all the time.
No.
As yeah, you've had 2 attempts to try to like catch them, and at this point you're gonna like one of them is gonna turn around and like throw a dagger at you.
You thought you was?
As a 15 to hit.
Hold up. Oh, well, it doesn't hit because I have 16. I was gonna use my. Where is it?
Deflect missiles.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was gonna hit him.
I mean, I'll say for this one, you can still do it. Like you could catch it's off target, but you catch it like even far away from you. You can use a key point to toss it back if you want.
Scared. Do I want to use a key point for this? You know what? No, I'm just gonna grab it and just break it so he knows.
Okay.
Do I have to
No.
shoot to break a dagger?
I mean, we could say like you look pretty badass right now. We could say you broke the dagger. One time is like in that case, and because you have like 2 failures on this.
I know I'm scared.
They are getting closer to just getting away. Like that is happening. Um, First off, let's see what Gerald does because he has some gnarly shit.
Okay. I have something in mind. It's go big or go home. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do like the same thing again, and it's gonna be like he is just a fucking like bulldozer of a person, and he is just not stopping. So like we go through the same matter again, and it is just nothing but blood on the wall. What I will say is that they turn a corner and get out of sight from you real
Mm.
fast. Um, do you want like and kind of like turn up into like a deeper alley? Uh, are you gonna continue to chase them?
So they turn into an alley and they are out of sight or getting out of sight.
They at this point they've turned out of line of sight from you. Yeah, you can easily just go with them if you want, but just know that you've lost line of sight with them for a quick second.
Is there a way that I can like how big is this alley? Because what in my mind what I vision is like I
I'll
turn,
say,
but I
I'll say,
don't want to be on the ground when I turn. I
I'll
want to
say
like
this:
the wall.
I will do the last chance to see what happens here. Before they turn, you have one more chance to try to stop them.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll try.
yeah. Other words, we go into a very very different type of mode. So what is it? You gonna try to trip them again?
Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna try to trip them, and I got 22.
Okay. Yeah, you tripped them. You tripped them as two are immediately put on the ground, and the prince like his body falls forward. Pop, pop, pop. It kind of rolls a little bit. There's like so Gerald has killed two. You've tripped two. There are two left, and those two are going to like pick up the prince and just
Oh,
and just
damn.
and just keep it moving. It is very cartoony. It's like we got a boss, like kind of thing. And I'll say it is very good that you tripped them. There is potential there, but they do land up turning the corner on you.
I'm turning that corner, but like in my mind, what I want to do is kind of like you know how like you turn a corner. I want to like jump from like the wall that's over here, jump off of that to turn the corner because I feel like they're sitting there waiting to hit me in the face with a mallet.
Yeah, you can jump off of something and turn the corner if you want.
I want to do
That's
that so I'll be hit in the
that's
face with a
fine.
mallet.
And once again, when you turn the corner, it's just like in the middle of the food bank, as it looks like no one was there at first, but like deeper into the alley, um kind of like silhouetted by the shadows, you see the vague kind of outline of a cloaked figure.
I shouldn't have broke that dagger. I could throw that at this person. I have a dart. Can I throw a dart at them?
You can absolutely throw a dart at them.
I'm going. I'm going to throw a dart.
Yeah.
Because what's the worst that happens is they hit me back. 23.
Yeah, you hit him, roll damage.
Yay. 5.
Yeah, as yeah, you know like he's still kind of in the shadows, but you can still see that that dart hit, plain point blank period. That dart hit as the figure begins to like walk up. And as he's like walking forward, Gerald turns the corner. So it's you and Gerald, and as the person becomes more exposed like to the light, uh you you know who this is. You know exactly. It's been a while since Hubberduke. Uh but you know, as he comes out looking at the ground, he's like, I'm afraid we have more use for the prince than you do. You can turn back now if you want. And you see Gerald from behind not even stop as he's going to like engage with this cloaked figure like off rip, and you're gonna see like the most hype ass like 1v1
Why
that
do you want me that?
hype 1v1 as like I will say that you're you hmm let's see what we got here. So you're not the smartest person in terms of intelligence,
I am not.
but you are wise. You are able to read situations. You understand very quickly that these two individuals are operating on a much higher level than you do. And if you were to interfere in this fight, you would likely get caught in the crossfire and be done and out of it before you did anything remotely helpful.
I'm good. I'm good. Can I look for evidence of where the prince has gone? Where those other two went?
You could give me a perception check if you want, and we'll figure if you can glean anything from this.
14?
You're a little rattled. This is the guy that invaded Hupperduke, standing directly in front of you, fighting the retainer of the prince in
Who I
a
just met.
knockdown, drag out kind of fight. You see this guy's like axe continues to glow with like this radiant glow that whenever he hits, the impact just shatters the air around him. Like, and you're just seeing, it's kind of like an even match almost until like the cloaked figure takes out the war pick
Nah.
and begins to use it. And uh and like it's kind of like what happens in the other fight is he's like I've had enough time toying with you, I have to attend to something. And with your 14 perception, you have no clue where these other guys went. Definitely not. And like there is like that delayed teleport um that happened in the other session. As you can tell, the cloaked figure is about to kind of teleport away. And you know that if you jump into it, you can go with them.
I'm doing it. Fuck it.
Um
Yo,
Awesome.
no lie. You just described the Rengoku and Akaza fucking fight from the movie verbatim. For you not fucking watching the movie, you like. I like it, Picasso.
Yeah, and as you're like running towards this, um and Gerald knows that he's like losing this fight, but he knows there's no way he could turn away from it. When you run up to the teleportation at the last second, Gerald pushes you away with all his might. Do not throw your life away. And in a fizzle of a second, both the cloaked figure and Gerald disappeared into the teleportation, and you are alone in this alley. And for the third time today, you are left with the feeling that no one was ever here.
What the?
And from there, we will go back to present time with our party.
Oh God.
Y'all mics. I'm pretty sure you can read lips.
Yeah. So that was Gerald, and we know he's dead. But yeah, I hope you enjoy that one. Um, actually, I think this is a good time for like a little break. I know like Galloway can only go until 9. She's feeling a little, little low on energy. So let's take our break now.
Okay.
So I get some water because I did a lot of talking, and let's come back and do the second half of this. All right.
I don't know what direction to look at. Hey,
Wesley,
welcome,
Wesley
welcome
Snipes.
back.
Wesley Snipes tax evasion. Can I do so also? Because I know damn well I'm trying to figure that shit out.
You go.
23. So then this isn't the same spell that I saw at Odesla. They didn't want anything to do with you. They wanted your books. Why? Where's the backpack? I'm gonna take the
Hold
books
on.
out.
Hold on.
17.
I
They got a nat 20 though.
know.
Was that
How
the only
much
book
peace?
that was in the backpack? I'm actually so while James was saying everything he was saying, I was looking through the other books for any information on Komorta. I'm gonna use my 19 portent plus 7, 26. Does it say anything about like families or prolific names for Komoda?
Important things that they're
So, are there any like cliff notes or maybe footnotes regarding about this divine question mark that's there in Komoda? I'm good. Looks like you've been through a tournament of your own.
That was my day. Is that the teleportation looks identical to the teleportation that you guys saw. You had James is like, okay, there's some legs to it.
Mind you, the Warforged too. I think it's a mile, ain't it? Unless it's a teleportation circle, and then you can pretty much go anywhere.
Yeah, he disappeared in the first
He bamfed with them. Ransom.
That son of a
Where do we start?
rest of the mud.
I turn to Jadavion. I turn to Jadavion. Listen, you are the wealth of knowledge here right now. Do you know anywhere where it could like they said, anywhere that there could be a safe house around here that's used? Even 4. Do I take any damage, or are we just saying that I look beat up? All right, we're good. I'm gonna be using my axe as like a crutch, and I'm gonna be slowly just anchoring my way over to the group after I see them. I'm gonna go a little bit fast now, and I'm gonna fall, get back up, and start pedaling back again. Oh, I'm more than alright. Let me tell you what happened back there. Guess what? Guess who single-handedly took down a whole Warforged, huh? Me. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. Not you. Me. Cornelius Deathcourt.
He's gonna hug Cornelius. Fuck, maybe he's not checking. Why?
Mm-hmm.
I need to know her.
You got the mic check.
This is something he would say.
Yeah. Oh my god, you, alright, oh my god, I'm gonna start digging into my memory. Alright, I went through the portal, and I was in a house. I was in a house. It looked run down like it would be around here. And I saw the Warforged, and I'm gonna start like shaking. So I saw the Warforged, and I saw Shalmish, something like that, Seamus,
Oh, jeez.
and
I
it's
saw
like
Shane.
they were they were discussing something. I forgot what, but it looked like they were getting ready to leave. Uh, and as soon as they saw me, as soon as they realized that I entered the portal with them, you know me, I fought them off. I killed the Warforged, and I tried to run out, but Stalmus, he chased me, but only for a little bit. And then he realized that the Warforged is more important than me for some reason. I mean, look at me. Dick. You agree with me? I'm important, right? Right? All right, that's all I can really remember. I was making my way just across the mud top ward, trying to find you guys. I don't know. I had a 7 foot tall robot in a. Who saw him again?
Yeah, I ran. I got out of there. I'm just gonna point behind me somewhere over there. So wait, how much did I get healed for that cure wounds?
Can I take time to ritual cast detect magic on him?
If you want to take the 10 minutes, you can absolutely take the 10 minutes.
I will.
We have no time for sleep. We must. God, my head
I think
hurts, and I'm
flavor
gonna start like
might wait.
I'm gonna like wistfully turn around and just go. No, wait, no, we have to get back to the God, the house, and I'm just gonna start going off and into a direction, in a direction that I'm not really choosing, but I feel compelled to go into, and it is going to be in the direction of wherever I got teleported to. This could be our only chance. We have to move, and I'm just gonna like quickly dash into an alleyway and just start going. Did she just automatically grab me? I'm gonna just my head's gonna just snap to it. Like, what is it? Like, the prince. What? It was only Stahlhelm and the Warforged in the building. No, not literally, not literally. Like I snapped my neck towards her, not like I didn't like twist my neck 90 degrees.
Have I finished at this point?
There was, at least from what I saw, I was only fighting the Warforged and Stalmus. So no, I didn't see anyone else. He could have been in there, but I don't know. If he is in there, then we have to hurry. We need to move, and I'm gonna start like going a bit quicker. No, we're not. I know we're not. Just follow me. Trust me. I need you to trust me just this once. Please. In that time that you didn't give me the gold to buy that blood axe, I need you to trust me now.
So the thing is that it still narrows it down.
I can't hear you.
The thing is that it still narrows it down.
It does.
So
There are 6 schools of magic that it's not.
Not yet. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just gonna look at James and I'm gonna be like, truer words have never been spoken. Let's fucking do it. I'm just gonna walk next to Leviticus and just wait for everybody else.
Cornelius. I'm just gonna point at it. There's a
They were
broken
like-
table on the floor.
Yeah, the
I'm just gonna start like, what's it called? Like just touching the walls, just touching everything. Let's go. It's here. It's here. It's here. And I'm just gonna start like flipping over stuff that obviously doesn't have anything underneath it or in it. Just.
I tell everybody to stop as soon as I notice that.
I'm gonna keep searching. Just completely ignore. I'm just.
yeah.
I'm gonna just relay what I'm thinking to the rest of the crew. Just like, listen, with all the commotion that's going on right now, this is illusion magic, but it's not the type that would just dispel itself with just investigating it. There's something deeper here.
$12.
Yeah,
It's here. It's here. It's here. I'm gonna take my axe out and just start ding, ding.
So what does the wall look like that he's
so
padding?
okay.
So when he's hitting this part of the wall, what does it sound like when
It
he's
sounds like
So is he doing any damage to this wall?
as I imagine.
It's Dick. Just help me. Just help me. I'm gonna start going faster. Just ding, ding.
As I imagine.
I rolled a 10 on that. Yeah, I'm gonna need the help. I rolled
You
a
guys,
10.
you guys can
I'm gonna immediately just start tearing at the hole. Just here, yes. And I'm just gonna start like just violently just.
that I had fun for this
So, quick clarification: this is the doppelganger or the actual body of the
No,
assistant?
this is the
And she's dead, dead.
she in the medicine
I am.
you can get.
That's a dirty 24.
It's a lot.
And I got a 10.
I'm just gonna like relay. I'm just gonna say exactly what I'm thinking. All right, dead at least a month, and whatever else you're gonna tell me.
But you have to go. You have to go a step deeper than this too. A month here, she's been dead. That means a month the doppelganger has been siphoning all this information from the Kobold soul, the right hand man of the High Curator. James, we need to get back there yesterday.
God.
I have effectively retired from the Kobold soul. So I'm going to go up to Leviticus and just put my shoulder on him, just kind of talk to him a little bit and try to calm him down a little bit. But I'm also casting Identify.
You cast identify.
It's a minute, right?
Like, this in what way? All right. Do I like notice him preparing to identify me? All right. As he's about to touch my hand, I'm gonna back in his head. Get away from me!
Wait. I want to try. Can I grapple? I want to have
Yeah.
grapple. You know. Yeah.
If I hurt
But
me?
it's like. What are you doing?
So then I'm just gonna I'm gonna take that step back and I'm like, Leviticus, calm down. Answer this question. Why won't you let me? Why won't you let me do what I need to do?
Touch me?
Uh,
You won't touch me? Yeah, that's like I've gone slightly off board now. All right, like my eyes are now bloodshot. I'm,
Yeah.
looking everywhere. Like you won't touch me. You won't, you won't do a thing. No, 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 no.
Find a source.
Even if it's
Yeah, you said intelligence?
Raw intelligence, right? Not a save. 18 for investigation.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
way too
yeah.
crazy to think I rolled a natural one.
So like multiple. Like probably one person, but multiple personalities. Guys, we need to get the fuck out of here. This is not it. This isn't it. This is no. This is no. This is no. question: do I recognize any of the handwritings personally? So then, so what I'm going to do is like with the knowledge that you described about the handwritings and whatnot, I'm just going to do like a kind of like a forensic thing, a quick one, and break it down Barney style, and just be like, it is not separate people. Let me bring your attention to this, and I point at the sentences. Do you see any breaks in this sentence? No. The only thing that you see is the change in handwriting. This is the same person writing out this sentence in 3 different ways. This is 3 different people with different handwritings but the same hand.
Wait a second.
Different handwriting. You have to understand something. I know where you're getting at. However, it is difficult for them to change their handwritings. Their handwritings is a completely different habit compared to everything else that they can change within themselves. What I'm talking about is these are thoughts that are coming to physical affirmation from the same hand. That is what this is the same person. Something is happening. And I'm not saying that something is happening to everybody or 3 different people. It's the same person. Please, where else have any of us seen this? Can is so after rereading everything that's on the wall, what happens if we put all the words into a sentence of the same handwriting? Does that make any sense to us?
9.
11. You know what? I'm gonna use a point of luck and re-roll that. Never mind. Too frantic right now.
Oh, I was looking forward to doing that last thing, Theo J.
Yeah.
Just really going in on it.